Triana recently announced a joint venture with CLS for trade aggregation. How important will that initiative be to the industry?
We believe that this venture is going to be extremely important for the industry, and to a certain extent I believe that it's hard to overstate how significant this venture is going to be in the years to come with respect to both the growth, the success, and the structure of this industry. Basically, as I said before, the two issues that were at the heart of the challenge and to a certain extent an impediment for further growth in this industry were the cost of a ticket as well as the capacity that the banks had or have foreseen in processing those tickets. And this venture addresses this problem right at the heart of it. Basically, the effective cost per ticket is being reduced dramatically and the capacity is growing massively. We've seen in both what we've done on the NetLink retail side at Triana as well as in our dialogue with the banks along the years and vis-a-vis this joint venture with the founder banks. We're anticipating a reduction ratio of about 95% of the number of tickets that need to be processed, which effectively increases multifold the effective capacity of the bank. So to this extent, this is a very important venture. What makes it further very important is the fact that Triana, CLS, and ICAP, or actually I should say CLS, Triana, and ICAP, are cooperating together. These are very important infrastructure players in the market. We've been hearing for years from the banks that they would wish for us to collaborate and coordinate our efforts, and obviously this is happening here. And not only that, we're launching this service with the blessing and the support and the partnership of key leading banks in the industry. All of this together provides with a great potential and great prospects of being very successful and further enhancing and laying basically the foundation for the next wave of growth in this industry.
Outside of prime brokerage, how is Triana's business doing? It seems like Triana is also addressing post-trade needs in the broader FX world as well.
So we're certainly trying to address those needs, and would like to believe we've been fairly successful. The places where we have been concentrating our activity over the last couple of years and have seen relative success have been first and foremost in the area of client STP, where banks have been contracting us to connect literally hundreds of their clients, both second and third tier banks, asset managers, and hedge funds. Another program that was very successful for us has been the automation of the entire life cycle for real money managers, starting from trade STP through allocations to affirmations and confirmations. And finally, even the joint venture that we had with CLS, that we just announced with CLS, is not confined to prime brokerage flows. It is basically a solution that's available for any interbank flows. So to this extent, we've been successful in porting a lot of the tools that we had in foreign exchange prime brokerage and expanding them into the world outside foreign exchange prime brokerage. Further than that, we've now been contracted by 3 banks to address a new phenomenon from our perspective, which is now trying to bring together the entire post-trade client experience into a single application and into a single portal. So traditionally, people have had different solutions for corporate clients versus real money clients versus bank clients versus otherwise. And they had different solutions for options versus cash FX, and they had different solutions for trade STP versus confirmations versus allocations and so on and so forth. And now they're trying to bring all of this together into a single client experience. To this extent, this has been a relatively new phenomena for us. We're live now with 2 banks with such applications with great success, and we're anticipating to see more and more of those in the years to come.
What would you say are the key challenges facing FX industry today, and what role does technology need to play?
So there are many challenges that the FX industry is facing nowadays. I will try to address the ones that we can humbly actually opine on from our perspective. definitely sustaining the growth that we've been experiencing today and that we anticipate seeing in the years to come is a huge challenge for the industry. And doing that in a cost-efficient manner, an economic fashion, makes it even harder. Beyond that, there are the issues of how do we actually do all of that in a very responsible fashion from an operational as well as from a credit and risk perspective. To this extent, this is all about technology, and from our perspective, we have been providing the solutions that I've mentioned before, both in terms of NetLink Client and our STP solutions to automate and reduce the cost and increase capacity on the client side, as well as our recently announced joint venture with CLS, which is going to reduce costs and increase capacity on the dealer-to-dealer side. In addition to that, the definition of STP in real time has really changed over the last few years. I mean, go back a decade and the ability to STP a ticket sometime within the day was sheer magic, whereas now we really need to STP a ticket and confirm it within a second or less. We need to monitor limits of the clients on a real-time basis and the tri-party limits as well. Triana has been very successful in providing such real-time confirmation, real-time limit monitoring solutions in the context of prime brokerage and otherwise, and we're going to see much more demand for that in the years to come as people are trying to bring this entire experience together and make sure that while capacity is being reduced and the costs are being managed, people are not leaving a lot of room for both errors as well as credit breaches. All of this needs to be coming together, and this is what we've been trying to do.